Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we're doing an episode of Hot and Cold. At this point, you should know what it is, but for the newcomers out there, I will explain. This is a video series I like to do where I talk about the best and worst music that I've heard over the past week. The hot being the best, the cold being the worst, and we talk about some middle-of-the-road tracks too. This episode will be looking at any songs released between March 3rd and 9th, 2019. As per usual, the songs will be linked in the description. If you notice that a song is missing that you wanted to be featured on here, let me know. But for now, let's kick it off with the hot tracks. The Black Keys are making their return. They put out their first song in 5 years. This one is called Low High. I've already done a full-length review of it. It's just a great song. It's got kick-ass energy for something that has a bit of a soul or gospel vibe to it in the chorus. It's got a nice meshing of 70s rock. It sounds like the Black Keys, but something new and a little bit different, and that's a good thing because you don't want your favorite artists always sounding the same. Moving on from there, we have the Strumbellas, who put out their second single for their upcoming album at the end of March. This one is entitled Running Scared Desert Song. For this track, I love the country folk aesthetic. Like I said, it's the second single. It hasn't disappointed me. I'm just as hyped for the album as I was before. There's also a nice use of horns on here, really just everything that makes a Strumbellas song fun and entertaining, including its upbeat feel. Up next, we have Cage the Elephant with their second single for their upcoming album. This song is called House of Glass, and it's notable for its gritty, abrasive, and crunching guitar. The vocals are incredible too. It's just got this sound like this wall of chaos in a good way, if that is possible. The universe has its entropy always increasing, so you kind of have to embrace that. Moving on from there, we have another hot track. It's entitled We're Alive by Band of Skulls. It's got a catchy bass line, very groovy and hypnotic. In addition to that, we get some smooth and illustrious guitar work. We get some silky smooth vocals as well. Really just something that reminds me of like an Arcade Fire kind of song, just more serene, I guess. Another hot track, In Degrees by Foals. I did a full-length review of their new album. Check that out if you haven't already done so. But yeah, the song In Degrees is like this 80s type song, except it's got like this very thick and resonating dance quality beat. It's just a great song overall. I think it's one of the best on their new record. Tierra Whack had a nice return this week. She has a new song out called Gloria. I didn't quite enjoy her last single that she put out. It's called Clones. It came out I think 2 weeks ago. Gloria I think is more enjoyable for me, at least just because of the melodic kind of focus. Something that's easier to listen to and a lot catchier and not as obnoxious on the ears. For the other hip hop track this week that is also hot, we have Quelle. Chris. He has a new song out. It's called Straight Shot. It's got a captivating drum beat. It just feels like this Kanye West type curated song, almost like it could have been off of Late Registration if the beat were like half speed. It's just got like this laid back feel, like everyone in the studio was just high out of their minds. But you know, it's a captivating song, so I gotta give it that. The last hot track of the week goes to Vampire Weekend. They actually put out 2 singles, but I only think one of them is good. The one that I think is good is called Sunflower, and this one is just very bright and colorful. The ascending and descending guitar lines are very fun and energetic. The vocals kind of remind me of like Pentatonix mixed with the Beatles and the Beach Boys. Really just a magnificent song, and yeah, the other song though, not as good. This one's called Big Blue. I don't know, this one's quick. It's under 2 minutes. It kind of makes it alright. It's a middle-of-the-road track here this week. I guess the brevity makes it kind of quick and painless, but the song itself is just meh. I feel like the album might elucidate what its meaning is, so I'll just be patiently waiting for that to drop. Not completely sure on the details of when that will drop, but I'm really excited for it. Other middle-of-the-road tracks this week, again, these are just okay songs, not the best, not the worst. We have The National with You Had Your Soul With You, and I'll admit it, I haven't been the biggest National fan. I feel like much of their catalog is a little too depressing, almost like I should be listening to it outside in the rain in Seattle. But fortunately, this new single here is a bit happier, a little bit brighter with the keyboards and the upbeat drumming. The vocals I'm still not really won over with, and the melody is kind of hard to find on here. But I can't discredit them for their 2017 record. That thing is phenomenal. Up next, we have Here With Me by Marshmello and CHVRCHES. First of all, I love the cover art for this. We should just note how there's both logos of the artist on there. The song itself, the beat is a little bland, a little generic, but there's catchy qualities to it. I will give it that, especially with the chorus. I think I'll still enjoy the Bastille collaboration a lot more, but I totally get why Marshmello would collaborate with another alternative rock artist. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Up next, we have Billie Eilish, Wish You Were Gay. I guess it's a catchy song. I don't really have anything against it, just other than the Lorde influence. The lyrics, I'm fine with them. I feel like a lot of people are freaking out over them, but it's got an interesting story. I just can't get past the Lorde influence on this one. Up next, we have The Heavy with their second single for their upcoming album. This one's called Burn Bright. This one's fine. It's got like this southern rock flavor to it. The horns and piano will definitely make you think of artists like The Revivalists or Nathaniel Rateliff. It's a decent song. I just don't connect with it as much as I did with their lead-off single. Moving on from there, we have Wallows. This is another alternative rock artist. They put out their third single for their forthcoming record. This one is entitled Sidelines. It's again decent. I just feel like we got a few too many of these alternative rock tracks that really aren't that gravitating as much as I would hope them to be. Hopefully the full-length albums will put things in their proper places and just contextualize everything, because at this point I'm not really won over. I mean, it's okay, just nothing really that's making my jaw drop. The last of the alternative rock songs I'll mention here on the middle of the road tracks goes to Mac DeMarco. His new single is called Nobody. Mac DeMarco is an artist who's been gaining traction over the last few years. I feel like I'm a little late to the game, but nonetheless, I'm still here checking out his music. This new track doesn't really blow me away though. I feel like I'm listening to a bored Kurt Vile or Ryan Adams. I mean, just pick one or the other. I wish I could get hooked on his music, so I would appreciate if someone could tell me where to begin with Mac DeMarco's discography. But you know what? Middle of the road tracks, they're okay. But what's worse than middle of the road is being a cold track. These are by far the worst songs that I heard in the past week, and we're kicking it off with Quelle. And with Quelle, I feel like this is the artist that I've had a lot of pain with, not in the way that I've reviewed any of his music on my channel, or at least I don't think I have. I may have talked about the odd single or two, but it's just frustrating to hear him put out such bubbly and catchy summer hits like Location or even Young, Dumb, and Broke. As silly as a song that is, it's still pretty catchy. And now he's just resorted to the plainest and most watered down kind of R&B that I've heard in a long time. It's essentially just this tepid water autopilot garbage. It's not good. And that's no knock against the fan base, because I know there's a lot of people that love this kind of music. I just can't tolerate music that doesn't have much personality or life in it. Up next, we have Future Shade by Black Mountain. This one is generic rock, nothing out of the ordinary. It's got this psychedelic drone that could be appealing to some rock fans. It's just a little too plain for me. I'm not really into it. There are some elements I like with the guitars, but for the most part, the entire song is in one ear and out the other. And that's a little bit of a shame, given that this is a Canadian artist. Yeah, and they've had quite a bit of good music they've been putting out, including their 2016 record, 4. For some electronic music this week, we have DVBBS. They put out a new song called Somebody Like You. This one is sadly bland, it's colorless, and it's really predictable in its form. I unfortunately just don't see this artist remaining relevant in 2019. Maybe for Tsunami when that song was big, but with the changing music landscape, I don't really see this song standing out in any way. Sure, hardcore fans might enjoy listening to it, but not me, as much as I do enjoy listening to Tsunami from time to time. Rounding out this week, we have a new single from Gesaffelstein, and it's just great talking about him because his name is so awesome. He has a new song and a new album out. Don't forget the new album. The new song, he's collaborating with Haim. This one is called So Bad. I mean, it seems like it's an easy target just to put on the cold list, but I just do think it's bad. Gesaffelstein has 3 collaborations on his new album. This is the 3rd one. He's had a collaboration with The Weeknd, Pharrell, and now Haim. I feel like this is the worst of the 3 though. Very moody and very breathy. It's not really up to standards with what Haim puts out. So yes, I am biased. I would expect more out of Haim, but the song itself is just way too depressing. I will still emphasize how there's a time and place for every song, but for now, this one doesn't really resonate with me. And we'll leave it at that. That's Hot and Cold for the week. I will catch you in another installment next week. Let me know what you think of these songs. Sound off down below in the comments. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching. And as always, have a rockin' day.